Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of Outdoor Adventures with Cody Drury. I am obviously Cody Drury, and this episode is going to be based basically off of the 2019 slash 20 sorry the 2020 dash 2021 season, whether it's bow season for deer turkey or spring turkey season. Stay tuned. And I tell you folks, this episode is going to be more of a comedy of errors than anything. I wasn't seeing anything up until about this point here. This is like our third morning. This might be my second day, or second morning, but third hunt here. And I may have seen a deer up at this point, but it was a pretty slow start. And to be honest, I mean, I finally started to see, as you can see, I saw a doe. That was around 40 plus yards there. Didn't really have a good shot out there. I'm not comfortable shooting that far with my bow on anything. And she's getting further and further away. But, I mean, really, there wasn't a whole lot of action going on yet. So, I mean, much to my surprise, though, all of a sudden this bad boy walked out about an hour or so later. And this is, pretty good sized buck, especially coming into bow range here. But like I said, a comedy of errors is how this hunt would go. He ended up starting to make his way closer to me, and you can just see the silhouette of his shadow maybe coming here on the left corner of your screen. And I was just getting ready, he was just getting into where I had enough room to draw back on him. And then all of a sudden, he looks up, and he decides he's going to take off, because no sooner than that happened, my dad started his four-wheeler up, getting ready to go in for the morning, and yeah, he didn't know I had a deer in front of me. So, no dice there.
Well, here we are. It's day 4. Took a little break. A couple days later, and we'll see if we can't get the job done tonight. Got in. It's the first evening back from the break, so day 4. So let's see if we can't make it happen.
Now, up to this point, let's say I missed once with my bow. I missed a turkey hunt that I was on already. I didn't get that on camera. Just trying to cut out some stuff on time. But, I mean, I had already missed a lot. And you can see right here, this deer is like 10 yards from me. My arrow slipped a little bit there, so I couldn't really get a good shot in time. I also didn't have that other camera on her. But I just am kind of watching her here. It's so cool. Like, that'd have been a good shot right there had she stopped. So why don't we see what happens here with her as we switch over to our other camera here and see if I can't get the shot going. And as you can see right there, I'm going to show the other camera angle now, but my release held on to the string for whatever reason. And apparently I had to use some WD-40 on it, sit there and loosen it up a bit after that hunt, and it's been fine ever since, but I don't know what happened with there. But you can even see my face, and I am just in shock. And that was the end of part 1 of my bow season. Now we're getting into 2020 season. rifle. This is opening day. And a lot of different action going on, but all of a sudden this big buck just appears out of nowhere here out in front of you. Definitely would have been one of my top bucks. I've been seeing bucks come out of that same spot right there off that trail all season long, really, and even somewhat towards last season. But he ends up making it my way, and I am basically got a little bit of buck fever here. Let's see what happens. You can even hear it starting to rain. He gets so close to me. I mean, that's like within 20 to 25 yards right there. Easily doable with the rifle. And all of a sudden he knows something's up. He looked up at me, saw me move just a little bit. You see the stomp, and there he takes off. I shoot, as you can hear, but no dice. That is the worst shot to ever take. I would not highly recommend it. You can tell I am very pissed off with even trying to take that shot. I blew my chance there, and that was pretty much my gun season. Again, nothing to show for it in this episode at all. It's just been mainly a comedy of errors. I don't know how to explain it any other way. You almost gotta laugh about it now, just looking back. I mean, at this point, obviously, we're going to bow season, part 2.
It's been a good morning so far here. Had a little bit of action. I just shot a doe with my bow. As you can see, I'm up here bow hunting. I'm bow hunting here in Missouri. It's December 10th, or no, sorry, Friday, December 11th. And we finally started seeing some good action after being up here for a couple days. I couldn't get on camera, but she went down back behind me. I'll get some footage later once I get to her, but I can see her from the stand. So, finally happy to get a first bow kill this year. Woo.
And I was more than ecstatic to come out with this big doe. Unfortunately, the camera setup was not accessible where I was able to shoot this doe. I ended up shooting her and dropping her right behind the stand, about 20 yards-ish, a totally different spot where I was hunting than in the previous videos here. And that was how I rounded out my bow season. You know, it was a real rainy day, so I didn't really get any footage, but I definitely wanted to put this picture in here that I took because it was still raining pretty hard, even though you can't see it in this picture. And now we fast forward to earlier this year, spring turkey season. This was the first available day I could go. We had a weekend off as like opening weekend, I think, of turkey season. I'm barely set up in the stand. I didn't even have my camera equipment set up yet. This literally a cell phone video of just some cool action walking through with this doe. You know, it's blurry as most cell phone footage is, but you know, you can already tell by my shaking that, just seeing that movement there, I was already pretty pumped to see what would happen next. And let's just say I think I've finally had you know, a bit of luck here in spring season.
Well, it's like 6:40 in the morning or whatever, and about 5 minutes ago, I just shot my first tom turkey ever, big gobbler. I'll show you him in a minute. I just walked up to him. So, first day out, it's like the third day of the season here, the first spring turkey season, Missouri 2021. This is my first gobbler ever, so I'm super pumped up about it. Here, I'll show you him now.
And as you can see, folks, I got the job done hunting in a stand. You know, like I had said, it was super early. I didn't even quite have the camera set up yet. You can see there, you know, a tom turkey, first ever gobbler that I've ever shot.
Oh yeah, great big.
I mean, you can just tell I'm ecstatic, you know. Sorry for the
Great
cussing,
big bird.
everybody.
Sorry for the cussing.
Like I just said.
But great big bird.
But it was a very cold morning too, so I mean, movement was pretty good up to that point till I
I
shot.
got the nice fan. I'll show the beard in a later video, guys.
Alright, well, it's my first hunt of spring turkey season 2021, and I finally got a gobbler. He came out, I wasn't even in the stand half an hour, my hunt was over. It was a great time sitting out there. I always like sitting here, but yeah, nice bird. He's got, I'd probably say, a 7-inch beard on him. If I had to guess, we'll probably measure it after a while, and spurs are pretty nice too. So, all in all, good hunt.
Oh, we're here. I'm tagged out already, as I say with my brother. It's second day of turkey season here in the spring of 2021. It's April 21st. And so I thought, since I'm tagged out, I'd come sit with him today. Name's Drury. Nick Drury. So that's what he's got to say. So far we haven't seen anything for sure, but only time will tell. We haven't been in here but probably 10 minutes maybe. So wish us luck.
And folks, I mean, this was just a fun time hunting with my brother. We didn't see anything, but it was just fun sitting there hunting with him. You know, it was a great weekend for me. I think I was the only one that ended up shooting anything. My first gobbler ever. And it was just a fun time. And in future episodes, guys, I will try and get, the cameras on earlier. Better with talking, better with my footage here. And I just really can't wait till the upcoming season here. And as you can see, about a couple months later, I ended up making this awesome turkey plaque here with the beard. I put the picture on the plaque myself, put everything all together on myself, and this hanging on my wall. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for watching.